Florida I-4 corridor, tourist hotbed, and a stretch of road that has its own rivalry game. We are set for a war for this stretch of road, and at the end of it, only one will have the right of way. Welcome everyone to Orlando, Florida, the bounce house, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the South Florida Bulls, taking on last year's national champions, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Bulls' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Knights!
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So USF's offense will be first on the attack. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
The Bulls want to move quickly. All right, guys, big picture here. Let's talk some USF. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking for a man, it's Morales. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, USF! The extra point here would tie the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
So the UCF Knights offense has its first opportunity of the day. It's not always easy to know what you're going to get when you come into a new situation as a transfer, but one thing, David, that will translate for this guy, when there's a hole, he knows how to hit it.
Yeah, and how nice is it to have a guy, man, you know exactly what he is, who he is. He's been around your program. He knows the lessons you want him to teach. He's the guy you want him to be. And now he gets to step in as a senior with all that experience and lead this squad.
Yeah, and David, he's worked so hard for this moment too, right? This guy put his heart and soul into the offseason workout program, knowing this day was inevitably going to come. He's going to...
Breaks into the open. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. That can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
The Knights just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Let's take just a minute here and talk about UCF. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, Nate?
That means your system and your culture is working. And because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love. Yeah,
it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And that play is going to drive the offensive coordinator crazy. Remember, in college football now, there's communication between the coordinator and the quarterback with the headsets and the helmet, and you know he was reminding his QB that time, listen, you cannot take a sack here. Remember, we're in field goal range. If nobody's open, throw it away. His QB did not listen to the advice. He takes a terrible sack, and now they're out of field goal range.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Hold and finds his man on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Bulls come to the line in the hurry-up. Handoff from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The earth is shaking. Bounce House living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. Back to throw, it's Morales. Fires to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. He's out of bounds after a big pickup. There's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Bulls will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4 downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Leaves it with the back. Oh, better look out! Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll give it to him again. There he goes! Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
The give to Davis. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got it in stride inside the 20. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Knights with the 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is.
Touchdown, UCF! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Florida took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to Gainesville. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bulls will hustle to the line. The war on I-4 is relatively new. Both schools compete across 14 sports for the right to win the golden I-4 road sign. But, of course, the most important battle is the one that happens on the gridiron.
It is, but how cool is it? The war on I-4. I mean, that's just it's a dope name. I really like, obviously, this is kind of a new rivalry, but Palmer, UCF, USF, they're fighting for the same kids in recruiting and building a program.
Yeah, man, whether you get off on McIntosh Road, the Florida Turnpike, or Lake Mary Boulevard, these two schools do not like each other. Whether it's the Bounce House or Raymond James Stadium, the war on I-4, baby, that's where it's at.
Hunt is on its way. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Picks up the first down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Line gets set, first down. Might as well give it to him again. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. That's caught. It's Davis. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
I love the bootleg right away out of the quarterback. Why? Get him outside the pocket now. When he's that dynamic, that fast, you get him out there quick, you get him in space. Now you got to bring this athlete to the ground with an option to pass the football. Really, really hard on defenses.
We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Motion from the wideout. They'll run the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
snagged in the middle. It's Hall. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
Yeah, now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 9. And probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together.
Turning it on! They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. The Bulls in the hurry-up.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
The bounce house is rolling here on third down, trying to help UCF. Scanning the field, it's Morales. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Bulls line up to punt it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Right on the money. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of...
Oh, he's got some space. Oh, he got loose. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, UCF! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And it's no good. He missed the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Finds his tight end. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Bulls want to crank the tempo. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. And the Bulls decide to punt it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. They'll run it. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. All right, guys, let's talk a little UCF. They come into the season, #1 recruiting class in the country. Think we'll see those freshmen much?
You dang right we will. I mean, you don't recruit like they did this offseason and be the #1 team in the country without getting a ton of impact guys that come in and contribute day one. Palmer, there's a lot of young, exciting faces.
Yeah, they don't look like freshmen either. I mean, these guys look like grown men. And remember, in recruiting, a lot of these kids were promised to get on the field very, very early. For this team to have the success they're hoping to have, absolutely, these freshmen have got to go.
Give to the running back. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
The offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
The Knights have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And a nice job understanding. They're trying to run a screen. They're trying to throw that over your head. They let you run up the field. You're not going to be able to get the sack, get your hands in the air, try to affect the quarterback, and a nice job getting my hands in the air and deflecting the football.
A strike downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are, 1st and goal, a chance to tack on another one before halftime. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Davis. Touchdown, Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I think that pass play was simply designed just to get him the football in space and let him do the rest. Obviously, they're not throwing that into the end zone, but they feel like they've got guys, especially at the running back position. And if you just give them an opportunity, they can make people miss and score like he did right there.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Ole Miss showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. The Bulls are in the hurry-up. Looking downfield, it's Morales. He's got the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on 3rd down. I know we're in the 2nd quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, and get a little juju going.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
He's looking deep. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. It's complete. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the 1st half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. He gets it in! Touchdown, South Florida!
Well, let's just call it like it is. The 1st half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
34, South Florida, 14.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fella on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try the run. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. The give to the tailback. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, when UCF and USF get together, it's like a UFC match. Fiery and feisty.
The Knights will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
He'll pull it down.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Brings up second down.
Rides the back and leaves it. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. And the Bulls moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Across the 25, he's got room. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulls.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
21.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Great place to start for this offense. From the gun, running back on the move. Never gives anyone a clean shot at him. He's down to the 34. The Bulls in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. From the gun, the running back has it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that third and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a fourth down.
Between the uprights, it's good. That gets them back to within 10. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Give to the running back. Fighting off the defender. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run it to the right side. Got the first down, looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. Bringing it back. Touchdown Bulls! And they turn it into a defensive score. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense too now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. The Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, UCF! Once he got some room, it was over. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address and do something different.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. All that speculation all week, and now we know But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Quick release on the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
The earth is shaking. Bounce House living up to its name as UCF tries to get off the field. Back to pass, it's Morales. Throwing right. And they can't make the connection on third down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulls send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The play fake on first down, wants to throw. Wide open downfield. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Knights! Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And the extra point is good. They're set to kick it off. And you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, and this breaks into the open. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Hit as he throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Bulls will try to pin them back with the punt. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch. Will bounce out of bounds. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. To the air on 1st down. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Finds a tight end. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Plucks it out of the air. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Got his man. They make the stop if this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions.
Touchdown, UCF! And the stomping has commenced.
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field, and this kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he tacks on the extra point. They march 72 yards, and they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Here he comes with the return. And the returner will be brought down. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's picked off, and another empty drive.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. Caught. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Finds his man in the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. And this is sort of like a pinball machine. The numbers keep ticking up. He's closing in on 450 yards.
Yeah, Reese, and there's no defense for perfect throws, and that's what this guy's been delivering all game long. You know, the coverage hasn't always been awful, but this guy just finds a way to thread the needle.
And how about it? It's not just the arm. We've seen that today where he's picked him apart, put up some yardage, put on some touchdowns. Also showing you he can do it with his puppies. Taking off, running, getting the 1st down, nice scramble. He's shown you a little bit of everything today.
to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Lets it fly. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Knights!
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Iowa steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Iowa City a ton of confidence. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Back to pass, it's Morales. Makes the catch. Tackle was made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding...
That's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, you always worry about turnovers in the first game, and for this young man, he's got to be able to turn the page. I know that was his first carry of the year. He puts it on the ground. That's the nightmare scenario, but you got to be able to wash that and flush it out. You got to be able to play the next play.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. There he goes! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Knights are in the red zone. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him! And it's picked off for the third time today. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And defense is about getting off the football. And when that defensive line can be disruptive and get in the backfield right away and mess up those pullers actions on those counter plays, it can be really advantageous for the defense. Great job on the defense being hyperactive.
Defense is totally ready in this situation, too, because of the field position with the offense backed up. They know they're going to try and run the ball, buy themselves some real estate, but they ain't having it. Lots of bodies in the box, close to the line of scrimmage, and they generate a TFL.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Bulls will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch right at the 50. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got it on the move. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
The game plan was to come in and throw the football and to attack this defense vertically down the field. I'd say they've done just that. This QB now has close to 500 passing yards.
On the move to his left. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And add it on again. This offense has done whatever they want, however they want, and this lead has ballooned. When you start a season off, you want to build momentum. You want to defeat an opponent and beat them badly. That's exactly what they've done. This team looks ready to compete for a national championship.
And he's coming out of the end zone. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. On the ground, it's Tremble. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to test the right side with this one. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position.
And I think this offense is all but surrender, right? Like they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment, because today, it was not a good day.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. Here's a return from midfield. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
All the way down at the 33-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Buying some time. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
What an easy way to get some 3 yards. I got an athletic quarterback that can do this. I can bootleg him to his right, make it a pass-run option. If he wants to take a shot down the field, so be it. But if not, just chew up some ground and go get a positive play.
Good timing on the quick out. And just like they drew it up, right? Put it on the ground, get the first down.
Good awareness.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Snagged out of the air. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. The DBs will back off a bit. Bringing the heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. So in the war on I-4, it goes to the Knights as UCF outlast USF. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.